5 quick tiling tips: marking diagonals, cutting a sliver, installing a shelf, cutting a U, and setting mosaic tile in a niche. So when you have to set mosaic tile in a tight place like the back of a niche or something like that, sometimes it makes more sense to first install that mosaic tile onto a sheet membrane like a Cutty membrane or some other waterproof membrane, or even a piece of foam board, and then let it dry a couple of days so it firms up. Then you can cut that sheet or that piece of foam board as a panel and install it as a single tile in the back of the niche, so you don't have little pieces of tile falling off. So you set that mosaic tile into the niche or that tight spot as a single tile. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Cutting a U shape out of a piece of tile can be a pain in the ear if you don't know this trick. That works for most tiles. Here I'm scoring the bottom of the U with my snap cutter. So this will work for most porcelain tiles and most ceramic tiles. It's worth a shot. So I scored that bottom line. Now I'm going to bring it over to my wet saw and cut the connecting lines all the way down to that score. Just the 2 cuts on the 2 sides. You don't have to do any more than that. Usually when you're cutting a U, you usually have to do multiple lines or do a plunge cut to connect the bottom line and get that piece out. This way you cut those 2 lines, you give that piece a quick tap with your nips, and it falls right out and you get your U cut very quickly. So this next tip is just setting the tile in a niche. So the one thing that I like to do is use some little wedges and blue tape to hold everything in place so nothing moves, and make sure that the bottom shelf or any shelf in the niche is tilted towards the drain. You always want to pitch your shelves so the water flows out and away and not to the back of the niche. So the top shelf is just 2 pieces of marble cut to the correct size and then stuck together with some Curdy Fix. And then the pencil is also stuck to the end of the marble with Curdy Fix. This Curdy Fix works very well to stick these things together. You just want to make sure that everything dries before you set it. So for this tip, I'm going to make a template to mark my diagonals. So I am actually going to show you how I do it with this in this little tip, but I am also going to link a video that gives a complete explanation on how to mark tiles on the diagonals using a template to get exact cuts very easily. Okay, so this is my wet saw. So if you try and cut that sliver on this tray the way it is, when you get down to the end where it's really thin, you're gonna have a problem because it's just gonna break off every time. So to avoid that, you have to put something solid under here and adjust the height of the blade. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do it. So on here, you need to have support. Now this is what I actually use. So I'm going to adjust the height of the blade. I'll do a new piece just to show you guys. The height of the blade, so it just goes just below the surface of your board. This could be a piece of wood, but preferably a piece of curdy board or something. A foam board will work best. So anyway, you just adjust it so it's just below, so it just cuts into it. So I'm going to cut a sliver by my pencil, something like this. I'm not actually measuring this one, I'm just showing you a demonstration of it. So come down to 0. So to do that, let's go along and clean this up. Put this on an angle. Put this on here to hold this from chipping. And then I'm going to put this on the other one on this side just to hold it. Hold this in place from
so it doesn't fall off when I get to the end. To nothing. If I try to do this without the board underneath, even if I brace it, it's probably not going to work. I might have a chance because I'm holding it together, but it's probably not going to work. With the board under it, you got a much better chance of cutting that.